déballage. 2001 sous marché là quand je me balade. Si je le fais pas, qui sauvera le Val-de-Marne?
Alright, people, you already know it's chaos for getting it. 1-game win streak over 16,000 VC.
Je veux pas de limite dans mon salaire.
Over 16,000 complained to 2K via email about some of the problems that this game has, and they gave me 10,000 BC to compensate. She gave me like 100,000. So we're looking for 2 in a row, over 700 people online.
Mérite pas mon cœur à chaque jeu.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but with Gucci, huh?
Un seul réal, 2 beatmakers, 600 morceaux, je suis un petit cœur. 2-3 techniques avant le game breaker. J'ai mon public, les auditeurs makers. Faut pas croire ce milieu, il est rempli de make-up. J'ai croisé en club, de l'eau dans ton red cup.
Are you special ed? He must be special ed.
J'arrive dans un 4x4 rempli de mon 4x4.
Special ed. You're about to lose, dog. You're about to take that fat L. You have no idea what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing. No idea. He's going to be the type to quit.
The Spurs play before the hometown crowd here live in San Antonio, Texas. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. And one of the players we'll be seeing in this one, Al Horford.
And here's another thing I've noticed. You know, sometimes at the defensive end, he'll come out of nowhere to make a play on the ball, blocking a shot from behind when the shooter had no idea he was there.
The Celtics are looking to end their road trip here with a strong outing. They're one of the most dangerous teams in the NBA right now. No question, they've won 7 of their last 8.
And expected to vie for that top seed coming into the season. They have not disappointed. This is a team poised to do big things in the postseason.
Well, all the hype was justified. I mean, it's been an impressive season for them. We've seen them win a lot of different ways. And they've proven in the midst of all of that to be a very, very complete team.
Let's send it out to DB, who caught up with head coach Brad Stevens. Doris?
Kevin, he told me that basically on the defensive end, if they can do a good job on their outside shooters, everything else should fall into place. He said, listen, if we can force them to work the ball inside on a consistent basis, we feel like we have an excellent chance to win. We'll see, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Devising a strategy, Clark, to take away that three-point shot.
Yeah, I think it's an important part of your defensive game plan because teams nowadays are just too good to not defend them from behind the three-point line.
Kept alive by Boston. Morris right side. They get it back. Morris right side. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics winning their last game against the Pacers in Indiana.
They just looked stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
Brown outside. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
Green kicks to Parker. Buries it from three-point range. Parker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Hayward with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Boston shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. He misses the free throw.
Assalamu alaikum. You know who that is? If you raise your hand.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And even in hostile territory, as they were that day, they had no jitters at all. I mean, the confidence kept growing as the shots kept falling.
And they were falling big time. I mean, from the top to the bottom of that roster, everybody was locked, loaded, and spraying jumping.
Good on the second free throw. The Spurs have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
Yeah, such a sweet three-point stroke there. And it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
For San Antonio, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Leonard, the pass to Parker. Aldridge, good.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Back to Hayward. Lets it go from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve. Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Hayward on the wing. Leonard brings the double team. Green with the block. And stolen by Horford. Hayward dishes to Horford. Hayward with the ball. Now Green defending. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Boston. And, of course, there's the Celtics tied up with them. For three, Hayward.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Here's Aldridge. They kick it out to Green. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol.
He's a great three-point shooter, too, especially when he lets it go from one of those corners. He doesn't miss many of those.
Hayward passes to Horford. Rebound, San Antonio. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the lead.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And a new group in for the Celtics. And so he hits both.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Smart with the ball. He's picked up by Parker. Crowder kicks to Thomas. Boston again missing. San Antonio leading by 6. Parker drives in. They kick it out to Green. Parker dishes to Gasol. Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the way up. Gasol's got his second basket of the game. Thomas kicks to Crowder. Dishes to Smart. Feeds it to Crowder. It's stolen by Green. Goes up. Now that's how to finish the play. Throw down with
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen. A double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. That's painful.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
Boston. Here now the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. Fifth on the list, the Celtics.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
And he gets it to go. And it's 9 points for Aldridge.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
I like the activity there, keeping the ball alive and creating some second-chance buckets.
Rozier. Boston again missing.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Spurs leading by 12. The drive by Green. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
You cannot leave them alone like that, especially from long range.
Spartacus, the pass to Aldridge. Spartacus, and out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. 34 seconds left in the first quarter. And Thomas, here we go. The dish to Crowder. Passes to Rozier. His three-pointers off the mark. Spurs shooting has been tremendous early. Their offense looking primed and ready for this match. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's his first foul. Parker outside. Pass to Aldridge. Outside, Green. Parker outside. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Spurs lead by 11. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for the Spurs?
Fellas, the rebounding has been very strong. Excellent so far. Putbacks are very valuable, and they're getting some. Yeah,
the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
On the court for the Celtics, we've got Jay Crowder. Rozier's out there with Hayward. And it's Crowder in at the 4 spot. Celtics trail by 11. Outside Thomas. He passes to Crowder. Drains the three-pointer. Crowder's got the second quarter going with the first basket of the period for the Celtics. Spurs shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. From deep three-point range, Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Pass to Crowder. No good on the 3.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one. Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Smart dishes to Horford. Rebounded by the Spurs. Leonard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. There's Parker with the 3. Offensive rebound, Spurs. San Antonio calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
this chance to look at some of the perimeter players who aren't afraid to mix it up in the middle either. These are the top rebounding point guards in the league.
He said, come on, what the fuck you doing?
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Urginus.
There you go, Johnny.
Great assist by Aldridge as that one goes in.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
They get the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Thomas kicks to Crowder. Rozier drills it from outside. Rozier's got himself on the board with 3 there.
He had to wait for a while, all the way until now, but he's finally got his first three-pointer of the game.
And the shot is good.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Urginus, defended by Crowder. And Aldridge comes over to help. He kicks it to Crowder. Rozier. And a miss there on the triple.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Ginobili on the wing. And there's the 3-second call. This one on the defense.
You know, against him, Steve, as an opponent, you need to make sure you're making smart, crisp passes because he's so good at picking off the sloppy, loose ones.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Kicks it to Parker. Right side Aldridge. Double team on Aldridge. Just 5 on the clock. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession.
What? That's what
Let's take a moment now, Kevin, to see how the Spurs are doing in the NBA statisticals currently. 2nd in blocks, 8th in rebounding, and they are in the top 3rd of the league in assists. The quality of players they have, you thought they might be better there, but not bad.
And how about that sky-high ranking in terms of blocks per game? Sometimes that can indicate teams allowing too many drives to the rim, but it's sure nice to have bigs who can send it away as a last resort.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Gasol's checked in, and it's Kyle Anderson in for Manu Ginobili. So he gets them both. Spurs leading by 11. Crowder with the steal. He feeds it to Thomas. And that's a foul called on T.J. Warren. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Boy, that's his 2nd foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure.
Joel Anthony's checked in for San Antonio. Thomas with the ball. Now Green defending. Number 37. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Here's Rozier. And the Celtics making a change here. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the 2nd quarter of play. Thomas inside, and that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You look at the Rockets, and of course there's the Celtics. They're tied right now. Horford double team. Morris. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Oh, tough play. Boy, did he have to fight to get that one to the rim.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And just a top-notch free throw shooter this year, all the way up there at 88%.
We've seen some obvious improvement in his free throw shooting since last year.
And Green gets it to go.
And that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jump shots.
Gasol with the steal. Here's Murray. It's hauled in by Brown. Celtics trail by 11. Tatum, smooth as silk on the finger roll.
And he decides to go old school with the finger roll.
Gasol passes to Bertans. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And it's 7 points for T.J. Warren.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And they've gotten good looks, you know, so that's one reason they're frustrated. Maybe he can come up with something to get them an easy one, maybe get to the line.
Yeah, you know, that may be the answer for them. But you know what else, Greg? Ultimately, I think because they're getting good shots, they'll make a better percentage of them going forward.
Celtics making a switch here. Celtics trail by 12. Hayward dishes to Brown. Leaps for it. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. So it's San Antonio now. Knocked loose. And stolen by Hayward. A finish. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And a few more points tacked on to their lead in the cruelest way possible.
You're right. Yeah, those putback jams sting, don't they, my goodness?
Yeah, they really hurt you. I mean, the defense forces a miss and then can't rebound it and finish off the defense. They're hanging their heads in their chest now.
The Spurs making a switch here. Aldridge is checked in.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Back to Morris from past the arc, and that one's good. Morris has got 6 points in the quarter.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Green kicks to Parker. Aldridge, the pass to Gasol.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
The drive by Aldridge. Back to Gasol. There's the feed to Aldridge. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Aldridge has got 13.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Morris dishes to Hayward. And again, Boston with the triple. Leonard with the ball. Parker outside. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
And that is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-pointer feels like a six-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And so we wrap up the first half. Spurs out in front, up by 9. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And now the third quarter, about to get going. Al Horford has been sensational.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for San Antonio. Green teams with Leonard on the wings. Then it's Dwayne Dedman. And it's Gay in at the center, walking down the middle. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Here's Aldridge. And now a quick rundown of the leading free throw shooters at small forward this year. It's a pretty sure thing whenever one of them gets to the line. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. That free throw good from Aldridge. Both shots good from the stripe. Celtics trail by 8. Hayward outside. And Morris throws it down.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
But they recover it. Green kicks to Parker. A 3-ball. Can't hit. Now Boston takes it the other way.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Brown with it. Now Green defending. Hayward goes in, and he uses the glass on the layup. Hayward's got 17 now.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Horford kicks to Hayward. He dishes it to Brown. And it's off from 3-point range.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half. Sometimes rest can do more harm than good. It certainly looks that way for them. They've been cold coming out and have yet to find the bottom of the net.
Spurs leading by 4. To the middle. It's tipped. Outside, Green. They double him with Horford. Green kicks to Gay. Shot's good. Gay's got his first points of the game.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And they need a timeout, Kevin. They haven't been boxing out like they need to, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
And a moment to see numbers for Horford. 17th in rebounding, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
Just like he was saying, he's one of the better rebounders in the league. He just has that knack and that tireless work ethic that really galvanizes and energizes his teammates.
For 3, Hayward. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backcourt.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. They've really dominated glass.
Nice job again. That time to add to their lead. They're doing everything right at the moment.
Greg, you're exactly right. Good, solid, steady, no-frills basketball. Doing it in all aspects of the game right now, and that's a hard combination to beat. Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Parker kicks to Green. The pass to Leonard. Feeds it to Aldridge. Morris is there. Green passes to Parker. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Parker's got 11.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Dishes it to Green. Good work defensively by Morris. Celtics trail by 10. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
He's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Parker passes to Bertens. Parker guarded by Horford. Parker dishes to Green. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Celtics making a switch here. Baines is checked in. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Checked in for the Celtics. Celtics trail by 7. The dish to Baines. They get a hand on it. And stolen by Aldridge. It's Parker with the drive. Makes the lead pass. And the dunk by Aldridge. And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And how about the work they're doing also on the offensive glass? Creating those extra opportunities has been critical.
There's Parker with the 3. The Spurs rebound.
Multiple possessions have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team continues to be quicker to the ball.
Parker left side. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Parker. And now it's an 11-point Spurs lead. Double team on Thomas. Passes it to Crowder. Plenty of space. They grab their own miss. Here's Baines. Good on the shot. Baines has got his first bucket in this one.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance point.
Here's Leonard. Pass to Aldridge. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Aldridge has got 23 points.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
And the Spurs making a change here. Gasol's checked in. Thomas kicks to Brown. Here's the 3. Rozier. And the layup is good.
Nice touch there near the hoop. And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hold it.
And I'm guessing that's exactly what they're probably going to do here.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Out of bounds, Boston takes possession.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands, too.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
tipped. Here's Leonard. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Well, through 3.
All right, come on. Let's close it out.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. Celtics trail by 11. On the floor for Boston. We've got Hayward. He's out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Crowder in at the 4 spot. Hayward from outside. San Antonio with the ball. They've led by as many as 14 points. Celtics now.
He's going to quit. You going to quit?
That free throw good from Ginobili.
Yeah, it's Ginobili.
Both free throws good from Ginobili.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, as cool as can be, Clark. Great focus and efficiency. That's how they built this lead.
Don't foul on the reach and go add to the field.
Horford kicks to Crowder. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Here is Parker. Back to Leonard. Right side Leonard. Leads him in there. No good. Good work defensively by Horford. Celtics trail by 13. Thomas with the ball. Leonard picks him up. Crowder, the pass to Hayward. It's stolen by Green. Here's Parker. Drops in the breakaway layup.
And we've seen him do that before. Batter a defense by just exploding to the basket.
Thank you. LA. He's not in LA. Fuck him. Two-game win streak and win number 50. He was on fire, LA.